Hey guys, so what does it look like for your students to take the diagnostic in the IXL program? That is the purpose of the video. So hopefully I'll be able to give you, shed some light on how that's going to look for your students. First of all, let's have them log in. Now you may or may not know this, but we have a unique IXL URL. If they don't have the unique URL, it's okay. They just type in www.ixl.com and here's what it looks like, just like that. If they do have the unique one, it's the same www.ixl.com /sign-in/Mechanicsburg SD. It will take them to this cool little site here where it says, hey, or well, you see the logo. So they know they're in the right spot. Either one is totally fine to go to. They'll be able to log into our website. This one right here that you're looking at might be easier because then they know for a fact, okay, I'm in the right spot. If they do go to this URL, all they will need to do is type in their username and that's it. Because you see it automatically attaches the @Mechanicsburg SD. If your students are going to this regular one, then they will have to type in their entire username, including the @Mechanicsburg SD. So I'll show you. So I'll use an example here of my son as a mock student. So he's B Modder. If I just type in B Modder and then his password, you're going to say, oh, it doesn't work. So you might have a student or two that says, it's not working, it's not letting me in. Well, they're probably either on this page, they might be typing something in wrong, yes, but they might just be on this page, and if so, they have to type in their username, and they have to type in this entire username, the @Mechanicsburg SD, and then sign in, and there we go. We're in, good to go. Okay? Now, if you go to the unique one, again, all they have to type in is their username, bmodder5, whatever their username is, and then their regular password, and whoops, excuse me, sorry. There we go, and it gets me in just like that. So either one is fine. It is completely up to you which one you want to tell your students. I'm not giving a recommendation. Just make sure that they actually type it in. Hey, side note, I wanted to show you this. If they go to the Mechanicsburg website, or the Mechanicsburg URL, they can still log in if they happen to say, oh, do I type in my entire thing or don't I? It will still, just so you know, work just fine. I know that seems weird, but either way it'll work. So if they type in their entire username, it still works. Now, once we're in here, you need to start diagnosing. And how do we do that? We have to step into the arena of the diagnostic. You click on the diagnostic up here in the green banner, and when you click on that, you're going to see this thing that says step into the arena. You click on that, and what it will do is it says ready to start, choose a question. Now hold your horses, because there's something very important here that you have to do. Right now it's set by default to start diagnosing both language arts and math. And we love our ELA friends, but we just want to diagnose math right now, okay? So how do you change that? Well, over here to the right, where there's this little drop-down arrow, you need to click on that, and then just click on math, and you'll see this little 3D pyramid shape pop up here, and now it's only going to do just diagnosing of math questions, okay? That's important, because if you don't, it's, again, defaulted to do ELA and math. So choose math, and now have your students rock and roll. There's no way for us as teachers to set that to just to do math, so you're going to have to tell your students when they go in there to click on that math thing, okay? So now, what's going to happen is there's two questions on the screen. Your students get a chance to choose whichever one they want. Both have equal importance, and it just gives them a choice, which I think is pretty cool. So they choose it. Let's say we choose this one over here to the left, and then we start answering the questions. So up here in the most of the questions, almost all of them actually, guys, have this little speaker icon. You can click on that, and yep, it will read the question to the students, which is cool. If they don't know how in the world to even offer a guess to the question, they can say, I don't know this yet. Fantastic. The system will, of course, start diagnosing and say, okay, they don't know what they're doing with this. Or they can answer the question, and they just answer it, and they just say, okay, the answer is 7, and then they hit submit. It will say whether they're right or wrong, and then it'll do some bouncing balls for fun. And it just, again, behind the scenes starts recognizing and diagnosing where the students are. And then you keep going, and you keep going until it recommends some other things. So I'm going to speed this video up, answer some questions until it gets me to the next section that I can teach you on. Ready? So you see right here, I didn't answer that many questions correctly. Sorry, it just went back there. I'll say this at least. It gave me that little snapshot of where I actually am in the algebraic thinking piece. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here and see what happens. So here's another one where it says measurement, and I'm between this 150 and I think it said 300. So it's just starting to diagnose the student. So they can keep going and they can stop at any part. If they see up here at the top left, if you want them to, they can do this see your level. So when I click on that, now you're going to see this whole kind of a snapshot of where you've gone so far. So as you see with number and operations, I'm between 200 and 400. And at this moment, you don't need to necessarily tell your kids what in the world that even means. But that's where they are. And notice all these say keep diagnosing to start narrowing your score. Keep diagnosing, so on and so forth. So they can go back step into the arena and they can do the next question when it takes you there. So there we go. I'm right back where I left off. And they can go back and forth if you will. So let me show you another student's arena. So you see this one here, these guys here are a little bit higher, 890 to 1090, but this person here still needs to keep going because there's nothing to kind of, recommend yet. This person here, you'll see, oh, okay, they've done a little bit more. So you actually see when the system has enough questions answered, right or wrong, or skipped, then it starts to say, okay, I can see this skill you're going to need to work on. You can see this one here is 1, this is 1, sometimes it'll say 2, 3, sometimes it'll say 6 recommended skills. So that's a situation right there and a recommendation, or that's a situation where those students can click on that and keep going. But that right there, guys, hopefully that helps. That's what the diagnostic is going to look like from the student side. They can go back at any time, step right back into the arena, start doing the questions, and keep on going, see their levels. You can see all that stuff. So that's what it's kind of going to look like and feel like from their side. Hope that helps, guys. We'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.